Hello, welcome back to another episode of Halftime TV. Naranda Brown here, your host, and we'll be doing the watch along Jamaica versus Canada at the BMO Stadium in Toronto. I'll be with you for the next 2-3 hours. We'll see how it plays out, but the Reggae Boyz will seek to upset the party here in Toronto. Based on the lineup, it appears as if Paul Hall just wants to see the talent that he has at his disposal. We were expecting a stronger lineup. That wasn't to be the case. I'll read you the lineups in a second, but it seems as if Paul Hall is just using this as an opportunity to see some of the talent that he has at his disposal. So in goal, we have the custodian, the captain, Andre Blake. In front of him, we have Javane Brown, Adrian Mariappa, Greg Lay, Ricardo Thomas is up there. Richardo King, Devon Williams, Ravel Morrison, Nicholas Nelson, Atafaroy Bygrave, and Daniel Green. That's Jamaican 11. Again, it's a fairly new 11 to most folks. Folks are asking, where is Andre Grave? They're asking for the likes of Leon Bailey. Where are these guys? Based on information, they didn't travel with the team. So again, what are we to expect from this team that Paul Hall has fielded? It seems as if a lot of inexperienced players as it relates to international football in here. However, we still have a few who we have seen already. The likes of Mariappa, one of the most capped Reggae Boyz players within this current batch. So it's one to look forward to. I don't know what to expect initially before news of the traveling squad that came to me. I was forecasting a 2-1 victory for Canada. It may be even more at this point. But nonetheless, we are hopeful. Football is played on the day, and today is the day. It is -8 degrees outside, so they're expected to play in less favorable conditions. But we will go over to the Canadian starting lineup. It's very much a lot of the same. We have Borean, we have Adekugbe, we have Istakio, Junior Hoylett starts, Tejan Buchanan, Daniel Henry, Kyle Larin, Jonathan David, Osario, Richie Larea, and Scott Kennedy. That's the 11 for the Canadian team, and I think this 11 is more than capable of getting it done. It's quite an attacking 11 as well. Richie Larea, we expect him to be foreign forward. Kyle Larin, Jonathan David, Jonathan Osorio. These are all guys who like going forward the same way with Tajon Buchanan and Junior Hoylett. We know Junior Hoylett has Jamaican heritage. He could have played for Jamaica some time ago, but again, he opted to play for the Canadians. And as we look forward to this game, I think the Canadians, they're motivated, they're more confident than the Reggae Boyz. And the Reggae Boyz, a lot of them, as I said before, it's new stomping grounds for them playing in Canada for Jamaica. So it's a formality for the most part. There's nothing to play for. They'll go out there, they'll express themselves, and the game starts just under 15 minutes from now. They're about 15 to 20 minutes from now. What will they bring to the fore? What can we expect from Jamaica? We've been blaming Theodore Whitmore throughout the tenure of this campaign. We wanted more from Theodore Whitmore. We wanted to see the youngsters. We wanted players from the local Premier League to be given the opportunity to represent Jamaica. I think Paul Hall, he's trying his best to start off on the best foot possible. And that's why we're seeing so many players, younger players as well, as players from the local setup being included in the Reggae Boyz team. If you are interested, if you want to join the chat, if you want to join us for the watch along, you can click the link there and we can have discussions throughout. But again, welcome back to Halftime TV. If you haven't done so as yet, hit the like button, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And you can check out the sponsors as well. Quick Link Shipping, RS Sports Store, and CSA Shop. I know a lot of folks have been buying stuff of late, shipping it through Amazon and that sort of thing. Quicklink Shipping is the shipping company for you. You can check them out on Instagram at Quicklink Shipping, and they have the best prices as well. RS Sports Store, it's the same thing. All your clothing, your sporting jerseys and apparel, sorry, you can check out RS Sports Store on Instagram, and that's at RS Sports Store. So go ahead over to Instagram, check them out. The link is in the description as well. You can click the link, it takes you directly to their Instagram page. RS Sports Store, CSA Shop, Quicklink Shipping. Those are the sponsors for Halftime TV, and they give the best deals. Who knows? Probably if you tell them you Halftime TV sent you, you can get a small discount as well. We don't know. Never know if you don't check it out. All right, guys. So again, Jamaica versus Canada at the BMO field in Toronto. The Canadians are out in their numbers. They're looking to solidify their place in Qatar 2022 this afternoon in Toronto. It's -8 degrees. It will be a low of -11 and a high of -3. So it's a cold day. We got a little bit of snow this morning. Again, as soon as the snow finishes, it usually gets a little bit colder. So that's what the boys will be expected to play against later on this afternoon. As I said, the game starts in just under 15 minutes. They're preparing, they're warming up, they're getting themselves together, and we expect a big game. Some of the youngsters in the Reggae Boyz team, they're looking to leave a mark. They're looking to stamp their class. They're looking to send a message to the coach to justify his selection of them. But we'll see how this one plays out. Canada, I have as the favorites. They are the overwhelming favorites, and they'll have the entire nation behind them. Canada hasn't been to the World Cup in over 3 decades. So they want to get there, and this is the perfect opportunity to do it in front of their home fans. All right, so again, leave your comment in the comment section as soon as you hop onto the live. Hit the like button as well. The more likes the video has, the wider the view, the wider the range, the wider the reach. All right, and we'll have a former Reggae Boy as well. Who knows? Probably a current Reggae Boy for our post-match show. Maybe it'll be 2 of them. We'll see. So you can stick around for that. The post-match show will take place as soon as the game is over. So again, folks, remember, like, share, subscribe to Halftime TV as we're winding down to kick off the Reggae Boyz versus Canada. Let me know what you think of the Reggae Boyz campaign. What was this campaign like for you guys? Obviously, the Canadians, they'll get it done and dusted today, and then they leave the final game as a formality. We'll see. But they sent out quite an attacking team today. And I'll go over the team again, the Reggae Boyz as well as the Canadian team. Canadians, they sent out quite an attacking team, and I'll start with them. We have Milan Borjan. He's the captain. He starts between the sticks. Previous game, less than convincing performance, but prior to that, he was one of their best players. He's confident. He leads from the back, for lack of a better term. He's the ideal leader with experience and everything, and he's done well throughout the campaign for the Canadian team. We have Samuel Adekugbe, Stephen Estakio, Junior Hoylett, Tejan Buchanan, Daniel Henry, Kyle Larin, Jonathan David, Jonathan Ozario plays for Toronto FC, Richard Larea, and we have Scott Kennedy playing in number 23 today. The Canadian team, quite an attacking team, as you might imagine. Over to the Jamaican team, we have Andre Blake. So both teams are being captained by goalkeepers. We have Javane Brown, Adrian Mariappa, Greg Lay, Ricardo Thomas, sorry. We have Richard King, Devon Williams, Ralph Morrison, Nicholas Nelson, Atafarai Bygrave, and Daniel Green. On the bench, we have Vassal Shaw, Rose, Marshall, Walker, White, Pearson, Howell, Knight, and who is that? Jimenez. So, yeah. We have Jimenez. All right. So, again, folks, welcome to Halftime TV. Noranda Brown, your host, as we build up to Jamaica versus Canada in the World Cup qualifiers. Canada all but it's all about complete for them at this point. I can't see them not qualifying for the World Cup. It's just a matter of time, and they want to get it done today. They want to get it over the line. They had the opportunity to do it earlier on this week, got a red card, went down to 10 men, and they still managed to play the better football throughout majority of that game against Costa Rica, albeit they lost, which was their first loss of this World Cup campaign. It was 11 games unbeaten leading up to that game against Costa Rica midweek. Jamaica, on the other hand, we came from behind. We came from behind to draw that game against El Salvador at the National Stadium. Andre Gray getting on the score sheet in that one. He won't be playing today. Neither will Leon Bailey. Both of them made a significant impact for the Reggae Boyz during the midweek game against El Salvador. So we're eagerly awaiting this team that Paul Hall has sent up. We want to see what they can offer. Some prospects in there, I'm sure, but as Paul Hall said in his interview, he will be looking to build towards 2026. This is where the work starts. This is where the preparation starts. And I saw somewhere earlier today where there was a possibility that Paul Hall would be granted a 4-year deal, a new 4-year deal or something of that sort. Don't know how true it is, but it was from a credible source. So let's see how that one plays out as well. Would it be the best decision? I can't say yeah or nay. I don't think I've seen enough of Paul Hall to justify the 4-year deal that is being spoken about. But nonetheless, the Jamaica Football Federation, they must know what they're doing. They are the experts. We're simply analysts and pundits looking on from the outside. They know what's happening. They know what the plan is, what Paul Hall has outlined to them. And if it makes sense and if it suits both parties along with the masses, because oftentimes we are the ones who are the biggest critics of managers or federations. If it makes sense to all parties involved, then why not go ahead and give it a shot. So Jamaica versus Canada, in just under 10 minutes, it will kick off here in Toronto, the BMO Stadium. The Canadian team will be looking to solidify their place at the 2022 Qatar World Cup. And for those who don't know, who aren't aware, this World Cup will be held in winter. It's a winter World Cup. Well, for most folks, it's a winter World Cup. Qatar, the winter in Qatar is a little bit different from everywhere else. Primarily, we know Qatar is in the Middle East. Well, yeah, it's one of those hot places. It's / Asia / yeah, it's extremely hot. So should it be a case where they keep it in the summer, it will be too hot for the players to operate. So Qatar, Dubai, that sort of thing, United Arab Emirates, it's similar temperatures there. So they want to ensure that the players' safety is considered as best as possible. So Jamaica take on Canada. It's a place in Qatar for Canada. For Jamaica, it's pride at this point. And Paul Hall has sent out an inexperienced team. For the most part, it's an inexperienced team. A few experienced heads in there, the likes of Andre Gray and Adrian Mariappa. They're the most experienced players in the Jamaican setup. The rest, Ravel Morrison is an experienced footballer, but for the Reggae Boyz, not so experienced. He's had not so many caps. His last game, I think, was his best game for Jamaica by far. Same with Leon Bailey. And it's sad that Leon Bailey isn't in this team. I'm told he's been rested for the last game. Who knows? He's just coming back from injury, so I can see through that. I can understand it. But again, send out your best team, your best available team, regardless. And that's my opinion. You can let me know what you guys think, though. What's your opinion of the starting lineup? Jamaica's starting lineup. Not impressed at all. It seems as if the Canadians may possibly get this one done by halftime. But we'll see. We'll see. Football is played on the day. It's not played on team sheets. And if football were played on team sheets, a lot of teams would have lost even before the game started. So Jamaica versus Canada. Are we excited? Are we happy? Smash the like button as soon as you hop on. and keep those comments coming in. We appreciate the feedback that we've been receiving for the past few months, and for those who have been reaching out and asking when are we coming back, Halftime TV. We haven't seen you in a minute. We appreciate the best wishes as well. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. All right. So again, Jamaica takes on Canada, BMO Stadium in Toronto. Paul Hall fielding an inexperienced team. We have Andre Gray missing. We have Leon Bailey missing as well. Those two were integral in the last goal that we scored, the goal that we scored against El Salvador. They're missing today. Let's see where the attacking threat will come from in this Reggae Boyz team. Some promising youngsters in that team, nonetheless, good, talented individuals. And if Paul Hall is building for the next campaign, as he lamented in a few of his interviews earlier last week after the game, then it's a good starting point. It's a good starting point, mixing experience with youth. So we'll see. We're keeping our fingers crossed. But based on what I'm seeing, based on where I'm sitting, it appears as if the Canadians will get this dusted by roughly halftime, give or take. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Feel free to share your feedback. And if you want to hop onto the live, the link is right there. You can smash that link and we'll have a discussion. We'll talk through the game. We'll talk through the decisions that Paul Hall has made. And we'll talk about the possibility of the Reggae Boyz building a competitive squad for the next World Cup campaign. I'm seeing Vaseline there, so I'm a big fan of Vaseline. I believe any team that is being assembled needs to be a part of it. The same Tyreek McGee, he needs to be a part of it. Those two youngsters, good building blocks to start on. The likes of Leon Bailey as well getting in there. So again, we wait, we hope, and we will see a few minutes before kickoff as the Reggae Boyz they take the field here in Toronto. All right. Let's see what we have coming in here. Guess. All right. And folks, remember, hit the like button as soon as you hop on. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Smash the like button as soon as you jump onto the live. All right. We're going through. We're waiting to see what's there. Look to the east. All right. I'm getting some messages here. Folks DMing. The folks who are messaging me or DMing me, please leave your comments in the comment section. It's impossible for me to read out everything here. But yeah, again, as I said, I'll go through the starting lineups again. There's Andre Blake, Adrian Mariappa, King, Thomas, Devon Williams, Robin Morrison, Greg Lay, Javane Brown. We have Nelson, Bygrave, and Green in the front three. Based on what I'm seeing here, it's a 3-4-3 formation for the Jamaicans. For Canada, it's 4-2-3-1. So we have Henry and Kennedy as the center halves in the back four. We have Richie Larea, left back, Ade Kugbe, right back, Junior Hoylett, Estacio in midfield, Tejan Buchanan. On the right, Jonathan Osorio in that number 10 position, Kyle Larin on the left flank, and Jonathan Davids. He leads the line for Canada. A strong bench for Canada as well. And I want you guys to keep an eye on the youngster. He plays in number 6 for Canada. His name is Kone, Ishmael Kone is his name, 19 years old. He made his debut against Costa Rica. He's one to watch, big prospect for the Canadian national team. And it's one of the things I like with John Herdman. He gives the youngsters an opportunity. He believes in the youngsters. And we've seen it throughout the campaign where he's milking them in, he's preparing them. And he did it with the female team. He's done it with the younger Canadian teams, and he's doing it now with the senior team. He brings youngsters through, and I think if you are to be successful as a footballing nation, and if you plan to build something sustainable, this is the way you need to do it. You need to bring the youngsters through. get a core of players, and then you build on that. And I think it's what Jamaica has been lacking for some time. We've always gone for the ready-made talent. All right, so we don't want to build on something. We prefer to go for players that are already established and all of that. So again, one of those things that I've looked at, I've assessed, and I've seen that the Reggae Boyz, they need to do better in that regard. Yeah, so Jamaica versus Canada, we're on the way, and yeah, we've already outlined the starting lineup, so we will ensure that you guys are kept updated throughout the entirety of the game. Yeah, sorry about that. Just to get some stuff started out there. But yeah, the Canadians, they take on the Reggae Boyz at the BMO field. Just a few seconds in the game so far. Canada, they are in possession. And by the way, let me tell you, Canada is a team that loves to play the ball. They keep a lot of the possession, and they hardly ever turn it over. So Jamaica will be doing a lot of chasing. In the previous game, we saw that the Reggae Boyz, they imposed themselves on the El Salvador team. Canada with an attack down the left. Let's see, yeah, save from Andre Blake there. Again, Tajan Buchanan, he's one to watch in this game against and Borean. He secures that one dangerous play from Jamaica. Just under 2 minutes gone in the game so far. The Reggae Boyz, they've started off brightly. It seems as if this will be end-to-end for the most part. Canada, they're flexing their muscles, and the Reggae Boyz, they're showing that they're not here to basically roll over, and they will give an account of themselves. So again, 2 minutes gone in this one. The Canadian goalkeeper, he's playing in a beanie, so you know that it's cold. The rest of the Canadian players, they're playing in gloves. As I said before, guys, it is -8 degrees outside. That one blocked by Adrian Mariappa. Estacio recovers it and gets a crossover in the box. Skewed clearance there by Mariappa. Jonathan Davids giving some pressure there. Again, Canada, and that's an offside call. So 2 minutes into the game so far. The Reggae Boyz, they've started brightly, but the Canadians, they have started brightly as well. It's cold outside. Packed stadium at the BMO. Jonathan Osorio flagged for offside there. But the pitch, it has snow on it. For those who aren't watching, the pitch has snow on it, and I think it will prove a little bit challenging for the Reggae Boyz, because again, if the Canadians are wearing gloves, the goalkeeper, he's wearing a beanie, and these are Canadians, folks. A lot of these guys are from Vancouver or all over Canada. So again, it's interesting to see how this one plays out. But again, the Reggae Boyz, they will want to stamp their authority in this game sooner rather than later. Oh, Javane Brown playing in short sleeve there. Interesting. So Javane Brown and Jonathan Davids walking through, and Andre Blake makes a save. Ooh, Kyle Larin doing the business there. Kyle Larin doing the business. Yeah, Kyle Larin doing the business. Jonathan Davids basically taking on 3 Reggae Boyz players and then being dispossessed by Speedy Williams. Yeah, skewed shot there, secured by Andre Blake. And the Reggae Boyz, they go forward now on the left flank. Let's see, cross comes in. Ooh, Borian secures it. The Jamaican attacker there didn't commit himself enough to that one, and the goalkeeper secures it. I guess sometimes, you know, as attackers, you need to just throw yourselves at it. You need to just gamble. Just throw yourself at it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, fine. But both teams have started brightly so far. The Canadian team, they're in more controlled possession. The Reggae Boyz, whenever they get possession of the ball, it seems as if the intention is just to go forward. The Canadian team, more intricate build-up play. Rafa Morrison steals it there. And again, to Javain Brown, who gets it back to Rafa Morrison. And for those who are watching from home, Rafa Morrison, and it's a turnover again, and Larin, he heads to the box and he gets it. Ooh, and it's cleared. It's cleared right at the penalty spot by the Jamaican defender. So again, Kyle Larin and Jonathan Davids, they've started off brightly for the Canadians. The Jamaican defenders, they will have their hands full. They will have their hands full. Javain Brown, it seems as if over his side is the weak side, and they're targeting it from the onset. So Jamaica versus Canada, we're just about 5 minutes in. The Canadians, they're in the Jamaican final third. Junior Hoylett with the ball there, and he cuts inside and gets his shot off, which is secured by the safe hands of Andre Blake. So again, Richard King, he's the one playing in number 6. He will have his work cut out for him today, because a lot of the Canadian early attack seems to be coming down his side. Again, they make another foray down his side. Javain Brown doubling up with him there to ensure that Larin doesn't get enough room. But yeah, the Canadians, they're camping out as things stand now in the Jamaican half. Good start for the Canadian team. The Jamaicans, they've held their own throughout the first 6 minutes or so in this one. Yeah, ball playing team, the Canadian team. Ball playing team. They're getting the ball on the turf. Mariappa intercepts that one and boots it clear, but only as far as the Canadian midfielder, Jonathan Osorio. Rafa Morrison wins that one again, and it is fouled. The referee plays advantage, and the Jamaicans head forward. Yeah, the ball ends up back with the defenders, Richard King and Mariappa. So again, a good start for the Reggae Boyz. They're trying to get a little bit of confidence, trying to get in this one. Javain Brown, I think he struggles with the ball at his feet. Javain Brown. I don't think I'm fully sold on him as yet. I saw him in the game against El Salvador, and although he made a few good chances in the final third, I think 9 out of 10 times when the ball is at his feet, he struggles. Tries a through ball there, but Andre Blake read that one, and Jamaica gets it forward. Rafa Morrison, he's been in the thick of the action for the first few minutes here, playing in the number 10 shirt for the Jamaicans, and he plays it wide for Javain Brown, who gets it forward, and no foul. Referee says ball. Referee says ball. So the Jamaicans trying to get the press on. Again, Borian's decision making this week has been poor, so I would suggest that the Jamaicans, they press him whenever he's in possession of the ball, because he's not that great with his feet, and whenever he's pressed, he tends to make bad decisions. So again, Devon Speedy Williams is back to cut out that cross from the Canadian team. A good start, an intriguing start. I think with this Paul Hall team, and with the teams that Paul Hall has selected so far throughout his time as Reggae Boyz manager, it has been a little bit more positive. It's been a little bit more positive. They've looked to play actual football, to include all aspects of the team. Under Theodore Whitmore, I found that a lot of the time they were bypassing the midfield. Paul Hall, in contrast, he's using up the midfield. Good interception there by King. and he wins a throw for Jamaica. Again, just under 10 minutes so far. The scoreline is Jamaica 0, Canada 0. Javane Brown and Adrian Maria, the only Jamaicans playing in short sleep. It's a cold day. It's a cold day, folks. I have to mention that bit. But yeah, Ricardo Thomas, he's playing on the left side of the defensive three. So it's Ricardo Thomas, Ricardo King, and Adrian Mariappa playing in the middle. But again, he's the one leading the press, you know, all the way forward. All the way forward. Mariappa controls that one sublimely in the middle of the pitch. Ooh. It's a good game so far. It's a good game. Let me know what you guys think of the game so far. Good start from the Jamaican team. They've shown that they're not here to lie down. They're not here to roll over. And they'll actually be giving a good account of themselves. Account of themselves. Account of themselves. Again, folks, as I said, Richard Laria, one to watch for this game. Very good with the ball at his feet. Very good going forward as well. And he's just a fantastic footballer. You can check him out. He's playing in the number 22 today for the Canadian team. So keep an eye on Richard Laria. Jonathan Osorio, he plays that one to Junior Hoylett, who miscued his pass and gets it out for a Jamaican throw-in. Okay, okie dokie. And remember, hit the like button as soon as you hop on to the live. As soon as you hop on, hit the like button, smash the like button, share it with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we're watching the Jamaican team play against the Canadian team. Adekugbe. All right, so Adekugbe playing in number 3 for the Canadian team, John Herdman. And for those who don't know, John Herdman is actually an English coach, right? So he was actually born in England. He's a Canadian coach today. He's basically single-handedly elevated the Canadian football program. Adekugbe with a foray forward, it's taken over by Junior Hoylett, who plays it to Eustachio, to Kyle Larin, and it's Canada 1, Jamaica 0. And the stadium goes crazy. Fantastic pass in from Eustachio. The Canadian flags have swarmed the national stadium, the BMO stadium. The fans are happy. Fantastic goal, good center forward play, and it's a nice through ball from Eustachio. Yeah, Javane Brown plays him onside there. He's onside every day of the week. Slow to come out. Yep. Too easy. Too easy. I think yeah, too easy. That's too easy of a pass. Too easy of a pass to get in. And Kyle Larin makes no mistake, and he gets it in the back of the net. So the Canadians are almost there. Are almost there. It's a good goal. I have to say, a good goal. It's the pass even better. I think good build-up play. Junior Hoylett gets it inside to Eustachio. Eustachio gets a ball in that splits the Jamaican defense, and Kyle Larin makes no mistake in tucking it past the Jamaican goalkeeper. So Canada 1, Jamaica 0. 13 minutes into this one. As I said, folks, it could be done and dusted by halftime. But nonetheless, the Jamaican team, they started brightly leading up to that goal where the defensive lapse really, because there was just too much space in the middle there for the Canadian attacker in the form of Larin. And again, too much space as well for Eustachio, who was given time to make that pass. Yep, too easy. Too easy of a pass. That's a simpler a goal you're going to see throughout this World Cup campaign. and the Canadian technical staff, they celebrate profusely. Again, the Canadians, they go forward. Jamaican defenders, no sense of a defensive line. It's all over the place at this point. Javane Brown, the main culprit there, in my opinion. Again, defensive line all over the place, folks. Borian boots it forward. Adekugbe wins it ahead of Javane Brown. Kyle Larin holds it up a bit. Ooh. And it whistles past the far post as Jonathan David, he sneaks in there and he collected it and he got his shot away. Ooh, so close. That was inches away. Inches away. Yeah, inches away. So again, this one could be done and dusted by halftime. The lineup that Jamaica sent out, it showed that Paul Hall wanted to see the players he had at his disposal. The Canadian team, in contrast, they meant business from the onset. They went out there with an intention, and that intention is to get it done, and to get it done today, to get it done now. That's what they're showing, and they've begun to impose themselves on this Jamaican team. The Canadian flags, there are thousands of them defending that. Yup, poor defending. I agree, Jay. Poor defending. The Canadian flags, it's a sea of Canadian flags in the BMO Stadium right now. They're wrapped in their coats and their blankets, their totes, you name it, and it's red and white all over. It's almost as if it's a Christmas candy cane in the BMO Stadium. The Canadians are celebrating. All right. It's a cold evening in Toronto, but that goal, I'm pretty sure, would have warmed the hearts of many Canadians. All right. Yeah, Adekugbe there with a bad challenge on the Jamaican. Let's see if we can make something out of this one. Let's see if we can get something out of this one. But again, if you're just joining us, smash that like button. It's just 16 minutes, just under 17 minutes really gone in this one. There's still more than enough time for the Reggae Boyz to get back. But we look on hopeful more than anything else, because there's been very few indications or instances to motivate us. I think the Reggae Boyz, they've started off well. However, the goal that the Canadians got, it proved that what has been our problem throughout the entirety of this World Cup campaign, and it's defending. We've defended badly. Even when we've decided that we're going to park the bus, quote unquote, we have defended badly. And it was highlighted there again. So again, the Canadian, they build from the back, play it wide to Richie Larea, who, again, as I said, folks, wonderful footballer with the ball at his feet. It's difficult to get the ball off him. He plays it back to Jonathan Osorio, and they recycle it to the goalkeeper, Borian. Press Borian the right way. Eustachio, the man with the assist, he plays it wide again. And the Canadians, they break the Jamaican press once more. Back to Jonathan Osorio, man from Toronto FC. Richie Larea on the ball. Yep, Richie Larea, top player, top player. Stephen Eustachio, he plays it to Jonathan Davids, who he swivels past the Jamaican there. Is it Richard King? Yep. And now it's with Junior Hoylett. Yep, man who was integral as well in the build-up to that goal. Hoylett plays it to Larin, who is the goal scorer. And Javane Brown gives chase to not Javane Brown. No, that's not Javane Brown. Oh, and Borian wins it back. So again, just under 20 minutes in, the Jamaicans still have a lot to be positive about. It's been a good start for them, but the Canadians, they didn't seem flustered at any point whatsoever. Ball over the top to Junior Hoylett, and he's flagged offside. Junior Hoylett playing in number 10 for the Canadian team. So Canada versus Jamaica at the BMO Stadium. There's a sea of red and white in the BMO Stadium, almost as if it's Christmas. It's candy canes all over. The team with the maple leaf on the flag, they're celebrating because they're one goal to the good, and their place in Qatar 2022 is all but confirmed. Will the Jamaicans have something to say about it? Let's see. Eustachio tries a through ball there, but Mariappa intercepts that one. Javane Brown, he gets it back, and the Canadians, they have it again. Eustachio plays it wide to Richie Larea, and Richie Larea goes forward. Tejan Buchanan makes a run to the flank, but that one is intercepted and played out for a throw-in to the Canadian team. So throw-in for the Canadian team midway the Jamaican half. We're 20 minutes into the game. Canada with one hand on their ticket to Qatar 2022. Smash the like button, folks, if you're just joining us. Some good football being played so far. Canada in control. The Reggae Boyz, they're still they're leaving their mark. Ravel Morrison gets a through ball through, and it's well defended by the Canadians. Gets it forward to Juno Hylett, who tries to take on his man and then decides against it and plays it inside to Eustachio, who plays it back at a Kugbe in the Jamaican half. He squares it in. Tejan Buchanan, that one whistles over the crossbar. But again, that was good build-up play from the Canadian team, dribbling down the right-hand side and cutting it back to the penalty spot. Tejan Buchanan losing a little bit of control, not getting his knee over that one enough, leaning back somewhat, and as such it elevated over the crossbar of the Jamaican goal. Foul to the Jamaicans. Jonathan Osorio, that's his second foul of this one, so I bet the referee will be keeping an eye on that and letting him know that, hey, I'm keeping count, I'm watching you, tone it down a bit. Ravel Morrison, he takes that one quickly, plays it back to Richard Thomas, who gets it. Yeah, he gets it back. Oh, that's Greg Lay, sorry. Tejan Buchanan plays it to Davids, to Eustachio, to Osorio, to Larea. Larea dribbles down the right-hand side and then decides against it, turns back to Jonathan Osorio, cuts it inside to Eustachio. Eustachio is everywhere today. Juno Hylett gets it, plays it back to Eustachio. Eustachio inside to Tejan Buchanan. Oh, and that one is cut out by Adrian Mariappa. Ravel Morrison tries to go forward, and the Jamaican now can catch the Canadians on the break. Ravel Morrison slows it down, and Javane Brown, he has it out to the Jamaican right-hand side. Jamaica now with a and that one is cut out by Adekugbe. And Canada once more goes forward in the form of Junior Hylett, who seems to be controlling the tempo of this game. But I must tell you, the man so far in this game has been Stephen. Plays it back to Borian. Stephen Eustachio has been the man so far in this game. He's been making all the big passes. He's been making himself available to collect the ball. And Junior Hylett collects it. It's almost as if it's taking candy from a baby, really, how Junior Hylett picks the pockets of the Jamaican players. Ravel Morrison now on the ball, and he plays it back to Ravel Morrison again. We can see the lack of chemistry in this team. It's almost as if they're playing together for the first time. Junior Hylett wins it again. Bad decision making from the Jamaican player there, and Greg Lay, he cleans up his partner's mistake. But the Jamaicans are the architects of their own mess so far in this game. Bad defending, bad decision making. It could have easily been 2 goals to the Canadian team. So let's see what happens. The Canadians, they have a corner. They have a corner on the left-hand side, and it appears as if Eustachio is the one taking this corner. Jonathan Osorio, he chests it down in the middle, plays it to Jonathan Davids. Good last-ditch tackling there from Javane Brown, and it's the best thing Javane Brown has done all match, that play there. But it was a wonderful ball in from from Jonathan Davids. Eustachio to take another corner from the left-hand side, and he swings it in, falls to Jonathan Davids. His pocket is picked though, and the Jamaicans tried to get it forward. Canadians back in possession. They played all the way to the goalkeeper Borian, and as I said, his decision making with the ball at his feet has been suspect this week. Jamaicans need to press him, and if they press him, they can force him into an error. But let me know what you guys think of the game so far. Leave it in the comment section. What's your opinion of the game? How 24, 25 minutes in the game so far. What do you think of the Jamaicans' performance? What do you think of the Canadian team's performance so far? Jay mentioned it's a poor defending. Yep, poor defending cost that goal, no doubt. Chelsea man there. And happy belated birthday again, Jay. Celebrating your birthday yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, one of those. But good start from the Canadian team. Again, I'll go through the starting lineup for Jamaica. We have Andre Blake, Richard King. We have Greg Lee. We have Ravel Morrison, Devon Williams. We have Ricardo Thomas. Junior Hylett goes forward. Kyle Larin tries that one and is sitting on top of Greg Lee. Too easy, because again, that was a clear opportunity cut out there by Greg Lee, and he's been Jamaica's best defender so far in this game. So far, if it's an audition, he's doing well. He's doing well. 3 Canadian players there queuing up to get their headers in. Nothing for the Jamaican attackers, nothing whatsoever. They're feeding off scraps. Jamaican attackers are feeding off scraps so far in this game. Play back to Borian. Borian, he tries to build from the back. Ravel Morrison is beating Eustachio, gets it wide to Jean Buchanan, who touches it and runs past. Is that Ricardo Thomas? Greg Lee goes out there to meet him. Yeah, he fancy footwork there, and he wins himself a corner. Greg Lee has his work cut out for him today. Definitely has his work cut out for him. All right, again, Eustachio goes over to the right-hand side this time to take the corner. Gets it in. Ravel Morrison, and it's cleared by Daniel Green. Jonathan Davids collects that one in the middle of the Jamaican half again, spreads it wide to Kyle Larin, who plays it back into Jonathan Osorio. Osorio to Richie Larea. To Eustachio, back to Larea. And the Canadians, they're dominating. They're all over this Jamaican team. The Jamaicans can hardly get a touch on the ball at this point. Eustachio plays it out wide again, and then it's with Adekugbe to Eustachio. I think Eustachio has had roughly maybe 50 touches so far in this game. That's how much he's had, and it's just 28 minutes in the game so far. Javian Brown leaps higher than Adekugbe, and it's a corner to the Canadian team. So Canada 1, Jamaica 0 if you're just joining us. World Cup qualifying action at the BMO field. It's a sea of red in the stands as the Canadians, they've joined their team to celebrate victory, to celebrate their first World Cup in over 3 decades. Canada will look to stamp their ticket today at the BMO field. It's -8 degrees outside. We had a little bit of snow earlier. There's still some snow on the pitch there at the BMO Stadium in downtown Toronto. Most of the players playing in gloves or playing in long sleeve. But again, Jamaica, they're fighting, they're holding on for dear life. as the Canadians have dominated the half so far. Ball forward to Adekugbe. Javane Brown goes in, sells himself short. Jonathan Davids gets it back to Kyle Larin, and Javane Brown recovers to win that one. And Jamaica goes forward now. Jamaica goes and they play it, and they end up playing it back. Rather Morrison receive it midway the Canadian half, and he spreads it wide to Javane Brown. Some help there coming in from his fellow defender. Devon Williams plays it back inside. Across to no one really. Junior Hylett intercepts that one and plays it forward to Jean Buchanan. Greg Lay wins it and plays it back to Devon Williams. It's a nice spell of possession here from the Jamaican team. Javane Brown gets it, plays it back inside. Ravel Morrison on the ball. No. I think the Jamaicans, they're trying to get a little bit of confidence. They're trying to get going somewhat. Daniel Green, he's coming deep for the ball. He's trying to get a touch of it, a feel of it every now and then. The same, we have Richard King, who's been going forward, just trying to get in the midst of the action as best as possible. I think Bygrave, Atapoferai, Bygrave has done okay for himself so far. But again, the Jamaicans will need to turn it up a notch if they are to get anything from this game whatsoever. 30 minutes in, the Canadians are singing, they're bouncing. I can't see any Jamaicans in the stands. It's all Canadians at this point. They're all wrapped in their Canada Goose jackets, along with their totes and their flags. It's a candy cane in the BMO Stadium, as Canada is almost halfway there. Chris pass there to Adekugbe, who goes down and he plays it back to the penalty spot again, and Larea gets his shot off, but again, it's blocked by Greg Lay. Richard Larea, he picks that one up on the right-hand side. I think Greg Lay has been Jamaica's best player in this game so far. He's been getting his blocks in, he's been putting his body on the line. Jamaica. Ooh. And yeah, we first shot there from Green, first shot on target from the Jamaican team, and it was comfortably taken by Borean. He cuts inside and he got his shot off, but Borean was there every day of the week. It's a routine stop for Borean, really. Jonathan Osorio collects this one midway his own half. He spreads it wide, back to the goalkeeper, Borean, who kicks it long, really. No, I haven't seen a lot of that today. Robin Morrison, he collects that one, tries a no-look pass, gets it in, but it's intercepted. And the players chase again in the form of Javane Brown. Robin Morrison, tame attempt there at an interception. Adekugbe wins it, and he's one-on-one with King, plays it to Jonathan Davids, who is now one-on-one with Mariappa. Gets his cross in, ooh, just behind, and again, Greg Lay blocks that one. Man of the match so far, Greg Lay. Ooh. 2-3 Canadians lining up there for a shot at goal. Ravel Morrison, he breaks the line and tries to initiate an attack for the Jamaican team. They spread it wide. Pressure coming in from behind. Tries a through ball, but he's blocked off by the Canadian defenders. Steve Nestacchio on the ball. He plays it to Davids, who's bundled over by Javane Brown. 33 minutes in this one so far. The left-hand side of the Jamaican defense seems to be the preferred choice for the Canadian team. They've gotten a lot from that side, and just a bad touch from Tajon Buchanan resulted in Mariappa clearing that one. It could have easily been Canada 2, Jamaica 0. But 33 going 34 minutes in this one. The Canadians, they try to mount an attack now with Richard Larea initiating that one, plays it to to Jean Buchanan. Buchanan gets it back to Richie Laria. And Greg Lay again. Greg Lay. I think there should be a Greg Lay team. It seems as if he's the only one out there who's leaving it all out there, really. And it's a Canadian throw midway the Jamaican half. That throw is to be taken by Richie Laria. And Richie Laria is wearing the number 22 shirt for the Canadian team. Seems as if that's Daniel Green who is down with an apparent injury. Daniel Green down with an injury midway the Jamaican half. Yeah, I'm still looking. I've seen maybe 2 Jamaicans, 3. Or maybe those are Canadians wearing, yeah, there's definitely only a handful of Jamaicans in the BMO Stadium. And I assured you guys prior to the game that there won't be a lot of Jamaicans out there because it's not our favored weather. It's not our favored weather, so I didn't expect a lot of Jamaicans to turn out for this one. The temperature is a little bit better now, but it's still not our favored weather. -5 degrees. As I said, we had a little bit of snow earlier this morning, so the temperatures, they've been fluctuating between -3 and -11 since then. Now it's -5, so a bit on the colder side, eh? A bit on the colder side. Most of the players, I'm assuming, they would not have been used to this sort of weather. But Jamaica versus Canada so far, 36 minutes in. I don't expect there to be a lot of stoppages. Probably this has been the only stoppage. That injury to Daniel Green. Only stoppage in the half so far. We'll go over the stats of this first half. As it relates to shots, Canada has had 9 shots on target. 9 shots, 3 shots on target. Jamaica has had 2 shots, 1 on target. Possession, Canada 66%, and 34% going to the Jamaicans. 268 passes for Canada, 141 for Jamaica. Pass accuracy, 89% for Canada, 80% for Jamaica. Both teams 3 fouls apiece. No yellow card, no red cards. 1 offside for Canada and 4 corners to Canada. Jamaica has yet to win a corner in this one. So Canada is dominating Jamaica in everything, really. All aspects of the game so far, Canada has been dominating Jamaica. Jonathan Davids, he picks up that one in the center circle. Javane Brown intercepts it, plays it to Devon Williams. Rather Morrison plays it quickly over the top, but it seems as if Kennedy will be cleaning up. Rather Morrison again plays it back, but the defender Henry for the Canadian team, he intercepts, and Tejan Buchanan on the ball, now taking on Jamaicans. He's fouled by Daniel Green, who is back in the action, back in the thick of the action. Daniel Green. Taken quickly by Stephen Eustachio to Kennedy. Wide to Junior Hoylett, who gets it in from the outside of his boot to Adekugbe. Ooh. And Kyle Larin puts it wide. I think he could have been on a hat-trick today so far, Kyle Larin. He's had some good chances. He's only put away 1 so far. Javane Brown struggling. He's been all over the place defensively. His positioning has been suspect. Needs work. Needs a whole lot of work. And it's one of the positions that Jamaica has struggled throughout this World Cup campaign. The right back position, Javane Brown playing over on the right there again. Adekugbe comes in strongly, and it seems as if a stretcher will be needed for this one because, again, Javane Brown is holding his head. Whether it's an actual head injury, we're yet to see, because players these days, as soon as they go down, they're holding their heads. Ooh. Adekugbe wins that one, you know. He wins that one, but his elbow seemed to have been out. His elbow seems to have been out. Interesting. Anyway, 39 minutes in, more stoppage time. We await this one, but Adekugbe there in the previous play, Kyle Larin coming in and using the inside of his right boot and tucking it wide. That could have been a hat-trick for him. That's how many chances he's had, and most of those chances have come down the left-hand side. The Jamaican right back Javane Brown struggling in this first half, and I'd be surprised to see him coming out in the second half, if I'm to be honest with you. Yeah, waiting to see what comes of this one. Waiting to see what comes of this one. All right, Javane Brown is up. I trust he's okay. Both players seem to be up. Ooh, it's a sore one. As I said, his elbow was out, and Javane Brown seemed to have. Ooh, it looks painful. Looks painful. Maybe it looked worse than it actually was. But him and Junior Hoylett having a laugh about it. Seems to have gone the way of the Canadians, and Stephen Eustachio has the ball in his hand, ready to spot it. It will be a Canadian free kick midway the Jamaican half. Poor defending. Remember, folks, please leave your comments in the comment section if you have anything to say, and if you want to join us on the chat, there's a link right there. You can hop on and we can have a discussion throughout the game. The halftime talk is coming up as well. You know, we are made for halftime. That's the name of the show, HalftimeTv. But if you want to chime in halftime as well and let us know what your opinion was of the first half, you can also hop on as well and we can have those discussions. All right, folks? All right, Jamaica goes forward now in the form of Daniel Green. Let's see, Bygrave is making a run on the inside. Referee calls it back for a foul. But that was good football from Daniel Green. Good hold up play. Good hold up play. Good hold up play. So Devon Speedy Williams stands over this one. Free kick midway the Canadian half to be taken by Devon Williams. Let's see if he can get it in the Canadian box. The Canadian defending virtuously. Rather Morrison collects it, plays it inside. Javane Brown again. And it's played forward to Tajon Buchanan, who Javane Brown gets back and and he fouls him a few step overs from Tajon Buchanan, and it seems as if Javane Brown was out of options. He decided that I'm just gonna foul him instead of slow thinking, slow feet, slow everything. Tajon Buchanan had the beating of him every day. So yellow card for Javane Brown. As I said, the Canadians, they have been targeting this side of the Jamaican defense. So I just mentioned not even 5 minutes ago that I'd be surprised if I saw Javane Brown in the second half. And even no more than ever, I'd be surprised if I saw him in the second half, because he has been the one targeted by the Canadian attackers. Jonathan Davids gets it inside to Tajon Buchanan, and it's 2. Tajon Buchanan gets it in the back of the Jamaican net, and it's all but confirmed. No, I told you guys before it started that this could be done and dusted before halftime. It seems as if that will be the case. The Canadian candy canes are throwing their flags like crazy. It's a sea of red in the BMO Stadium, and it's a sea of red. Javane Brown, poor header. He heads it down, and the Canadian, he picked that one up. And again, it was Javane Brown who got back and was standing right next to Tajon Buchanan when he took that one away. So again, good football from the Canadian team. Good football, good finishing as well. It's almost impossible to miss from there. And Tajon Buchanan with a few cartwheels for the fans there to celebrate. The Canadians are celebrating. Canada will be going to the 2022 World Cup. All right, it's all but confirmed now. The Canadian flags, the maple leaf is flowing. The flags are steady in the Canadian winds. The gust from the snow. It's a cold night, but that goal would have warmed the hearts of many Canadians even more in the BMO Stadium in Toronto. And again, as I said, Greg Leigh has been Jamaica's best player. Javane Brown, probably the worst. But Canada, they've dominated. Adekugbe, he plays it back to Henry. Henry to Kennedy, and Kennedy kicks it clear. Only 1 minute of stoppage time in this first half. Henry bursts forward. Estacio plays it to Jonathan Davids. Davids holds his head up, gets his ball through. Javane Brown kicks it out for a Canadian throw-in. So almost 46 minutes. Canada 2, Jamaica 0. Jamaica fielded a young team for the most part. The previous game we saw Leon Bailey, we saw Andre Gray. We saw a little bit more experience, a little bit more guile. We know there is nothing left to play for really but pride. But nonetheless, we expected a better team to go out. Paul Hall obviously probably wants to see the talent at his disposal, so he sent out some youngsters who can't blame him because he lamented explicitly that the campaign for 2026 starts now. The campaign has started. He would have been satisfied, I think, but his halftime team talk will require more. Rather Morrison on the ball. Never at all seems hurry, really, Rather Morrison. But yeah, Tajon Buchanan, he's a big game player. And in our build up to this one, if you haven't seen it as it, you can check out the Combine 11, the build up where we mentioned the possibility of a Combine 11, and Tajon Buchanan was between him and Leon Bailey if Leon Bailey wasn't available. Obviously, Leon Bailey isn't available for this one, so Tajon Buchanan all day, every day in the starting 11. Again, folks, we're at halftime now. Let me know what you think. Let me know what are your thoughts on the first half. How did the Reggae Boyz do? Canada, it's all but confirmed now. The party will start. The CN Tower will be lit in red later on in celebration of their World Cup 2022 qualification. Hit the like button as soon as you hop on, and remember, Halftime TV, like, share, subscribe. All right, give me a few minutes. I'll be back. And remember, keep the comments coming in. All right, give me a few minutes. All right. So from the first half, we have some information for you. We'll be going through the statistics, the starting lineups as well. Let me know what you guys think of the first half. What were your opinions of the first half? Who was Jamaica's best player? Who was the worst player? The Canadian team, they were all over the Reggae Boyz in that first half. Let's see if the Reggae Boyz can come back in the second half. Let's see if they can at least fight for some pride in the second half, because the first half, it was chalk to cheese, really. It was almost as if it was men against boys, the Reggae Boyz against Canada. Again, the Canadian lineup, Borian, Henry, Kennedy, Adekugbe, Kyle, Richie Larea, Junior Hoylett, Stephen Estacchio, Tejon Buchanan, Jonathan Osorio, Kyle Larin, and Jonathan David in the next start. Yeah, Jonathan David leading the line for the Canadian team. Andre Blake, Adrian Mariappa, Richard King, Greg Lee, Ricardo Thomas, Ravel Morrison, Devon Williams, Javane Brown, Bygrave, Daniel Green, and Nelson is the Jamaican starting 11. Do you expect any changes come the second half? What are the changes that you guys are anticipating? Let me know. Let me know. Leave it in the comment section. And we will be more than happy to go through those suggestions or ideas that you guys have. But Jamaica versus Canada, it seems as if Canada will be celebrating. The celebrations have started already. The sun is now out, but it's still -5 degrees in Toronto, the city where the game is being played. The BMO Stadium still residues, still some leftovers from this morning's snow. Still cold. The fans are going crazy. They're singing, they're dancing, they're chanting, they're eating poutine, and they're waving their Canadian flags as their team is 2 goals to the good in their backyard, as World Cup qualification for Qatar 2022 is all but confirmed. All right. So again, let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the first half? Kyle Larin could have had a hat trick. Tejon Buchanan could have had 2. Estacchio, he's been the player of the game so far for the Canadian team, and we expect that it will be very much the same come the second half. All right. Hello, welcome back. We're still in the halftime break as we await the second half of Jamaica versus Canada. The Canadian women's national team will be having a tour early next month, which is what, next week? Week after next week. I think it will start the 8th for those who are interested in that. But again, Jamaica trail Canada 2-0. What will the second half bring? Will there be any changes? It's 11 shots for Canada, 2 for Jamaica, 4 shots on target, 1 for Jamaica, 65% possession for Canada, 35 for Jamaica, 5 fouls for Canada, 4 corners, 0 corners to Jamaica. So Jamaica, again, we're being outperformed, we're being outplayed in all aspects of the term. The Canadian flags, they're sitting in the wind as the teams head out for the second half of this one. The Canadians are ready. They're ready to celebrate. They're ready to celebrate. Jamaicans are already out there waiting on the Canadians. Mariappa trying to motivate the players there. Ravel Morrison the same, trying to get the morale going. The Canadian team, they're heading out now. They're heading back onto the field of play. And they're ready. They're ready to celebrate. So many Canadian flags out, so many Canadian fans out. Again, the Toronto only recently reopened because of the COVID regulations and the stipulations of like not being social distancing for the most part. But not the case today. Not the case today. The fans, they're layered. They have their flags. They're dressed for the occasion, and they're there to celebrate with their team as the World Cup spot, Qatar 2022, beckons. Eustáquio, he was at the heart of everything that the Canadian team did in the first half. Got an assist for that Kyle Larin goal. Yep, got an assist, and it seems, I think we'll probably give Junior Hoylett that second one. Yeah, we'll probably give Junior Hoylett the second assist. But again, we're almost ready for a kickoff. The teams, let's see if there are any changes. Let's see if there are any changes, but it seems as if it's the same. No, not the same. There's change, as I said. We mentioned before that there definitely be changes to the Jamaican team coming in this second half, and the change was made. Was there a change? I'm looking to see who the change was. Yep, it looks as if there are 2 changes there. Looks as if there are 2 changes. Jimenez is in. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, we're off. Ravel Morrison plays it to Speedy Williams, to Greg Lay. He plays it off to John Buchanan, who plays it back to Speedy Williams, who spreads it wide. And Jimenez goes forward. Looks as if he's on for Javane Brown. It looks as if he's on for Javane Brown. Yeah, I think I just saw Lamar Walker is in as well. So it appears as if 2 halftime changes were made. 2 halftime changes were made, it appears. Javane Brown out, and we have Jimenez in for him. We still have Daniel Green on the field. Devon Williams still there. Adekugbe, he takes that one, plays it inside to Eustáquio. Eustáquio plays it to Jonathan Davids, who gets it forward to, is that Junior Hoylett, plays it over again to Jonathan Davids, but Andre Gray read that one, and Kyle Larin intercepts and plays it right across the face of the goal to John Buchanan out there, and Mariappa intercepts that one. A little bit of a body there on Richie Larea. Juno Highlight has the Jamaicans chasing his shadow. Plays it to Lamar Walker to Rather Morrison. Plays it back to Lamar Walker. Who retains possession and plays it inside to Speedy Williams. Speedy Williams to Daniel Green. Back to Williams to Greg Lay. Plays it wide to King. King gets it back inside. The Canadians closing the spaces. Again, so the second half is underway. Just about 2 minutes in the second half. It's still 2-0 in favor of Canada. What to expect the second half as we await the celebrations from the Canadian team. Andre Blake kicked that one long. Jimenez all over the place, really. Junior Hoylett picks it up, plays it inside to Kyle Larin. Ooh, gets it to Jonathan David, and he scoops it wide off Andre Blake's near post. John Herdman is delirious on the sideline. Ooh. The Canadians are creating the chances, however, they're not putting them away. And I think had they been more clinical in the Jamaican final third, this game would have been done and dusted. Not saying that the Jamaicans are still in it, but we were just saying if the Canadians had put away their chances and they had created a number of chances, this game would have been done and dusted already. Corner to the Canadian team, and that's what their sixth corner of the game. Yeah, their fifth corner of the game, sorry. And it will be taken by Eustachio. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to Halftime TV. We're bringing you live coverage, Jamaica versus Canada at the BMO Stadium in Toronto. The Canadians only need a point to qualify for World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Andre Blake now has the ski mask on. As I said, the temperature is -6 outside, a little bit of snow earlier today. We can still see leftovers from that snow on the BMO field. So I suspect the players, they'll be trying their best to stay as warm as possible at all costs. Rather Morrison plays it back. Devon Williams back to Rather Morrison, who is taking on his man on the line. Silky play back there. Devon Williams spreads it wide. King gets it over to Jimenez, to Devon Williams. And again, very few options for the Jamaican team going forward. They'll try their best to win the 50-50 challenges and to outmuscle the Canadians when there's a scrap, but otherwise, nothing much for the Jamaicans when they're going forward. Nothing much for the Jamaicans going forward, really. All right, Eustachio takes that one quickly to Jonathan Osorio, who turns it over. Richie Larea wins it back, and it's another foul, this time by Daniel Green, just over the halfway point just over the halfway line. Again, the Canadians take it quickly. Kennedy plays it wide. Plays it to Junior Hoylett. Junior Hoylett spreads it wide to Tajon Buchanan, who is now isolated with Greg Lay. He goes inside, sides against it, plays it to Steve Eustachio, gets it back to Adekugbe, to Junior Hoylett. Adekugbe overlapping Jonathan David, going down the left-hand side there. Gets it back to Adekugbe, to Jonathan David. The Canadians, they're controlling the game. They're controlling tempo of the game. They're controlling everything really. As Jimenez tries to go forward and he kicks it into no man land really. The Canadians are back in possession. Bygrave has been feeding on scraps throughout the entirety of this game. Nothing in it for him. Yeah, nothing in it for him. Richie Laria coming under some pressure there. And he is fouled. So again, 52 minutes in, Canada 2, Jamaica 0. Jamaica made a couple of halftime changes, getting in Jimenez, getting in Lamar Walker. We'll see what becomes of this one, but Javane Brown is out, and it seemed as if it's Nelson who was pulled as well at halftime. It seems as if it was Nelson who was pulled. We still have Ricardo Thomas out there. And Jonathan David is fouled midway the Jamaican half. He's calling for a card there. The referee will not have it. Seems as if Mariappa is the culprit. No, not Mariappa. It's King is the culprit. But Mariappa was lobbying for his teammate there. But again, another positive attack from the Canadian team. Free kick in a promising position as well. Junior Hoylett as well as the Stachio standing over this one. Who will it be? Will it be a shot on goal, or will they be putting it in a dangerous area and giving their teammates an opportunity? Kennedy is up. Some of the bigger players on the Canadian team, so they'll be coming in for a header, trying to get an opportunity from a set play. So let's see what the Canadians can conjure from this one here. 54 minutes in, Canada 2, Jamaica 0. Canadians trying to book their ticket to Qatar this afternoon. Ooh. And that one whistles past Andre Blake's far post. Good opportunity there for the Canadian team. Andre Blake had it covered every day of the week. And the head of the marching band there motivating the Canadian team, pushing them on as the Reggae Boyz will look to make another change. It seems as if it's Marshall. Yep, Alex Marshall on for Ricardo Thomas. Haven't seen Alex Marshall in the Reggae Boyz colors for a while. He plays his football in Canada as well. All right, Richie Laria takes that one quickly. Marshall in the thick of the action, trying to put some pressure on the Canadian midfielder there. Lamar Walker doubling up with Bygrave, trying to put some pressure on the defenders, force them into a mistake or something. Defending. High boot there from Jonathan Osorio. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get a card. A number of offenses in the first half and again in the second half. Yeah, definitely a high boot. Foul on Lamar Walker there. And he escapes a card from the referee, who's trying to keep a lid on it as much as possible. Greg Lay on the ball. He was Jamaica's best player in the first half. Alex Marshall tries to beat his man, and he's dispossessed. Sir John Buchanan, he recycles it. Back to Greg Lay. I think the second half hasn't really settled as yet. It's been scrappy football for the most part. Greg Lay, easily Jamaica's best player in this game. Andre Blake hasn't had much to do really if he's not taking the ball out of the back of his net. Daniel Green plays it to Lamar Walker, who holds his head up and tries to get a through ball between the Canadian defenders, and Boyan advances and kicks it clear. Ravel Morrison on the ball again. And again, I think Ravel Morrison, he's basically been coasting throughout the entirety of this game. He's playing on his terms. As I said, nothing much in it for the Jamaican team. Just playing for pride at this point. So it's an audition for a lot of the youngsters, a lot of these individuals who are trying to stake a claim for themselves come World Cup campaign 2026. It's their opportunity now to leave a mark in the mind of the manager. But this Canadian team is far superior than the Jamaican team. And I mentioned it before, they are the best team in CONCACAF, not the United States, not Mexico. Canada is the best team in CONCACAF, and they've shown it throughout this campaign. They were unbeaten up until midweek when they played against Costa Rica. And even in that game with 10 men, they were the superior team. Created more chances than Costa Rica, had more opportunities to score. But again, even without Alphonso Davies, who's one of their better players, one of the better players in CONCACAF really, they still managed to do well for themselves. So it's a good team. It's a good team. John Herdman has done well, and he continues to do well with the Canadian football program. Seems Canadian, is that Henry? It looks as if Henry's down. It looks as if he's holding his hamstring as well. The referee is calling for a stretcher, so that's some sad news from the Canadian team. Alistair Johnston seems to be taking his coat off. It appears he's going to try and get some sprints in to get a quick warm up before he goes out there. Yep, they're signaling to the bench that a change needs to be made. So expect to see probably Alistair Johnston or Hutchison coming out to replace Henry, who, yeah, it's a hamstring injury. It's a hamstring injury, so should be out for a few weeks. Alistair Johnston getting himself together, but let's see, there's another player getting instructions there. Let's see, yeah. So Alistair Johnston and Cavallini are both getting ready to come on to the field of play. Yep, Hutchison would replace Henry, as I mentioned. Like-for-like replacement. Hutchison played in the previous game, but as I mentioned, 39 years old, you don't expect him to be playing every game. And as soon as he gets on, Boyan puts the captain armband on his left arm. Johnston goes on no. Johnston will be going on no. So again, some like-for-like changes here. One, obviously, because of an injury. Kyle Larin coming out. Cavallini going in, like-for-like replacement again. Cavallini a little bit more direct than Kyle Larin, more clinical finisher as well. Looks as if it's Richie Larea coming out, and Alistair Johnston going in. So good game from Richie Larea. Maybe not as imposing as he was in the previous game against Costa Rica, but good shift nonetheless. Good shift nonetheless. So Kyle Larin coming out, Richie Larea, as well as Henry. The three changes. In we have Hutchison, Atiba Hutchison. We have Alistair Johnston, and we have Cavallini. Yeah. Ball forward, and again the Jamaican line is broken. Rather Morrison intercepts that one. Speedy Williams dwelling on that one. Osorio gets it wide to Hoylett, plays a through ball in, which is intercepted to John Buchanan, picks it up. Throw in midway the Jamaican half to the Jamaican team at the Kugbe. Just miscuing that one and getting the outside. Jimenez. Lamar Walker hustling to get to win back possession there. Bygrave, I think it's been a nightmare for Bygrave today. Ravel Morrison dwelling on that one. Cavallini tries it through to Junior Hoylett, but that one was just a little bit too heavy, and Andre Blake gathers in his 18-yard box. Mariappa on the ball, no. Plays it to Daniel Green, who's all the way in his half. Ravel Morrison plays Devon Williams, spreads it wide to King, sorry. Lamar Walker. Atiba Hutchison. Whoa. "65 minutes in, Canada 2, Jamaica 0 at the BMO Stadium. Canada dominating possession, dominating corners. I think Jamaica is yet to get a corner in this one, which says a lot about what's been happening. 5 corners to 0. Jamaica trailing the Canadian team 2 goals to 0 as well. Jamaica currently sits 7th in the table on 10 points. 8 points, sorry, if this result is to hold. Only Honduras is beneath the Jamaican team on 4 points. We've lost 7 games, we've won 1, we've drawn 5. So we've lost 7, drawn 5, and won 1. So 1 victory so far of the 13 games that we've played in the World Cup qualification campaign. Yep, the only team worse off than the Jamaican team is the Honduras team, and the Hondurans are yet to win a game. So again, in the other results, let's see. No, we won't go to the other results as yet. Yeah, El Salvador versus Costa Rica. It's 0-0 in that one, just about 25 minutes in. Canada dominating this one as the Jamaicans try to get an attack going. Lamar Walker swivels in the middle of the center circle, plays it to Daniel Green, who's coming under some pressure here by Eustachio. Plays it back to Mariappa. Ravel Morrison all the way back in defense, gets it wide to Greg Lay, who comes inside, plays it to Daniel Green, but he is fouled. Morrison takes that one quickly. And again, you can see the class, the golfing class. Ravel Morrison, he looks a far superior player to the rest of the Jamaicans. It's almost as if it's a training ground activity for him. He's picking up some good positions. He's trying to make things happen. Canadian players aren't even getting close to him. But we need some more help. He needs some more help. And we know it's a young Lamar Walker now going forward. It's one-on-one with Kennedy. Plays it inside. Adekugbe gets that one and takes it forward, and King recovers it. And we'll start to build the Jamaican attack again from the back. Plays it to Mariappa. Mariappa back to Ravel Morrison, who's been picking up the ball in deep spaces in the Jamaican half. He's been asking for it. He's been going for the ball, trying to make something happen for the Reggae Boyz. They need a lot of that. Andre Blake's ski mask is now fully up. It's covered. His nose, only his eyes are visible. Cavallini surrenders a throw into the Jamaican team there. And Greg Lee takes that one. Jonathan Osorio plays it to Cavallini. Back to Eustachio, to Johnston. Alistair Johnston plays it to Atiba Hutchinson, who gets it across the face of goal to Kennedy. Spreads it wide to Adekugbe. Eustachio back to Adekugbe. And again, the Canadian team, they're proving to be a complete unit. And we've mentioned this time and time again, a complete unit, different from a team of individual players. Each player on the Canadian team, each player is playing their part. They're doing what it takes to Jamaica making another change. Seems as if Peter Lee Vassell, former Cornwall College standout, is coming on for Daniel Green. And Peter Lee Vassell is wearing the number 7 shirt. The Montegonians, they would have been cheering on profusely for one of the brightest talent out of the parish of St. James in the last few years. Eustachio, he's coming off as well. He's been the man of the match, in my opinion, for the Canadian team. And he's replaced by Fraser. As I said, John Herdman, he's given the youngsters an opportunity. He trusts the process. A lot of these youngsters, he has brought them through. He's been responsible for their career from the onset, and they've now repaid him. Herdman, Englishman, he was born in England. He's coached the Canadian female team to, I think it was a bronze medal at the 2012 Olympics, and now he's over to the male national team. Long ball forward, won by the Jamaicans. Mariappa, he picks up the scraps and spreads it wide to Greg Lee, who gets it back to Andre Blake, who will seek to build again from the back. Sun is out. Sun is out, but it's misleading, folks. Misleading. Tejan Buchanan goes forward. He's one-on-one with Greg Lee. Plays with Peter Lee Vassell. And Vassell is fouled just in front of the 18-yard box for Jamaica. Cheap foul to give away, but again, it's Osorio again, and I've mentioned it before. These fouls, they're accumulating, but the referee is refusing to go to his pocket for that yellow card for Jonathan Osorio. Long ball forward from the Jamaican defender King there, surrenders possession. Cavallini wins it, plays it to Junior Hoylett, who has Adekugbe to his left, and he decides against it and puts it into the box. And Andre Blake, he gathers. So just under 20 minutes to go in this one. Roughly 18 minutes, 72 minutes gone in the game so far. Jamaica trailing by 2-0. The Canadians, they needed a draw, and they're comfortably winning this one against the Jamaican team. The scoreline reflects 2-0, but it could have easily been 4 or 5 based on the chances that Canada has created in this game. Greg Lay looks to go forward now. Canada lining up another change. Alistair Johnston plays it back to Kennedy, and again we're back to Borian. Canada is lining up Kamal Miller. Kamal Miller, who plays in the number 4 for the Canadian team, is getting ready to come on. Played forward to Jonathan David, who gets it wide to Junior Hoylett. Adekugbe running down the left-hand side, and that one is intercepted. Lamar Walker wins it back and goes in the other direction. Now he has Jimenez coming down his right-hand side. He decides to go inside, plays it to Alex Marshall, who gets it back to Lamar Walker, and now he's going in the opposite direction. Ball to Lamar Walker. All right, King gets it to Peter Lee Vassell, who recycles it to Speedy Williams. Rather Morrison now has it. Peter Lee Vassell going deep in the number 6 role to recover that one. Gets the ball inside to Lamar Walker, who spreads it wide. It's Jimenez. For just joining us, thank you for joining us on Halftime TV, folks. Remember, smash the like button as soon as you hop on. And if you have any comment or feedback whatsoever, leave it in the comment section. We'd be more than happy to address those at the end of or live talk. All right. All right, Junior Hoylett on the ball again, intercepted, and Jimenez. I think Jimenez has been good since he came on. He's been positive in comparison to Javane Brown. He's better with the ball at his feet as well. Back to Mariappa, who plays it to Rather Morrison. Rather Morrison has been picking the ball up very deep, kind of like what Jorginho does for Chelsea. But he still has the eye to go forward, unlike Jorginho for Chelsea. So a little bit of, and Tejan Buchanan wins that one and tries to get a cross in, and another corner surrendered. Canada, they're now up to half a dozen corners in this game so far. Jamaica still to register their first corner of the game. So Jonathan Osorio coming out, surprised he didn't receive a card. Kamal Miller, he will be replacing Osorio. As I said, Osorio, mainstay in Toronto FC team, mainstay in the Canadian team, experience, guile, quality, you name it, he has it. One of the better players in the Canadian squad, and he led by example today. Good showing from him. He was willing to break up play. He kept it clean. Although he was fouling the Jamaican players, he avoided a card, and it's almost done and dusted now. 14 minutes to go for 14 minutes to go for Canada. Andre Blake secures that one. And it's confirmed. It's confirmed. Kamal Miller, first bit of action, and he gets a header in, and Andre Blake collects comfortably. It seems as if King is down. Not sure what happened, but King, he seems to be holding his ear. All right, Richard King is back up. back up and ready to go. The Canadian fans, they've lost the shirts. The drums are out. The flags are out. And someone is leading the orchestra over there as Paul Hall is cloaked up in his puffer jacket, trying to stay warm. All right, the Reggae Boyz, they build from the back again. Let's see if they can at least force Boyan into a save before the game finishes. Andre Blake hurries to get it forward. Peter Lee Vassell gets it in, and Andre Blake saves again. Cavallini getting his first shot on target there, having been on the field just about 5 minutes. Greg Lay spreads it to Ravel Morrison. And again, we have some positive performances from this game. Ravel Morrison, I think he has been good. Lamar Walker, always positive whenever he gets on the field of play. Greg Lay, man of the match in my opinion. Andre Blake, nothing he could do about any of the goals that were scored today. But again, good showing from the Jamaican captain. The Canadian fans, they're sensing that they're approaching the finish line. It's no closer than ever. The over 3 decades wait, it has now subsided, and Canada will be going to the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. The fans behind Andre Blake's goal, they're already excited. Some have already booked their tickets, but Peter Lee Vassell picking it up in the middle of the pitch there, being fouled, and yeah, wins a foul in the middle of the park. And Jamaica will try to get something out of this one. Nothing much in the game so far, really. And Fraser, who's only been on the pitch just about maybe 10 minutes, was the one fouling Peter Lee Vassell there. But again, Lamar Walker on the ball now, spreads it wide to Jimenez. Let's see if he can come up with anything, get across in the box. And I'm not sure if that was a shot. I'm not sure what that was, but it's out for a Canadian goal kick. The flags are up. The maple leaves are hugging the wind. And the fans are boisterous as they chant, Canada is going to the World Cup. Canada is going to the World Cup. A team not known for their prowess in soccer, as they like to call it. And Andre Blake comes up big this time to deny Cavallini, who's been on the pitch just about 10 minutes and already had 2 clear-cut chances at goal. I left that one behind him a bit there. Juna Hoylett takes that one up. Peter Lee Vassell dispossesses him. Adekugbe to Jonathan David, stops it. Lamar Walker wins it. Jimenez boots it high and out for a Canadian throw. 10 minutes left in this one. The fans are already celebrating. Andre Blake, disappointment beneath the ski mask. Another corner for the Canadian team, this time won by Cavallini. And it's touching distance now, folks. Touching distance. We can hear the fans. They're ready. The celebrations will be on top of an open top bus throughout the city of Toronto, throughout the city of Hamilton, throughout Niagara, throughout Vancouver, throughout Quebec. Canada is going to the World Cup. Canada is going to the World Cup. Tajon Buchanan made no mistake from 4 yards out. Kyle Larin could have had a hat-trick, but he put away his opportunity from about six yards out to John Buchanan. Again, picking the pocket of Ravel Morrison, getting it to Juna Hoylett, and it's 3. Junior Hoylett could have played for Jamaica. What a story this is. Opted to play for Canada so many years ago, one of the more experienced players in this Canadian team. And it's all but confirmed now. The fans, they're holding the World Cup. They know it's going to happen. There's no way back now for the Jamaican team. Red and white all over the BMO Stadium. And as I said, there will be a parade in Nathan Phillips Square. There will be a parade at Yonge and Dundas. There will be a parade in the heart of Quebec as Canada is going to the World Cup. 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Here comes Canada. Junior Hoylett, as simple as it gets. Two poking that one past Andre Blake. Nothing he could do. And this again came from the exploits of Tejan Buchanan, who picked the pocket of Rather Morrison at the edge of the 18-yard box, closer to the penalty spot. 83 minutes in, just about 7 minutes to go. Pride through the door now. The Jamaicans, the quality of the Canadians was just far too much for the Jamaican team. I can't ask for more, because I can't ask someone to do something that they're not capable of doing. And today the Jamaican team was just not capable of fending off the challenge from the Canadian team. Cavallini gets it into Atiba Hutchinson, who is very far up the pitch, surprisingly. But stern tackle coming in there. Adekugbe plays it in, and King boots it out for a Canadian throw. Canada 3, Jamaica 0. Jimenez missing that one. Cavallini controls, plays it into Fraser. Fraser dispossessed. Lamar Walker to Peter Lee Vassell, who plays it back to Jimenez, who again kicks it out. Or surrenders possession, sorry. Bygrave. I think Bygrave has possibly touched the ball maybe 2 times for the entirety of this game. This must be an all-time low. He's been running around like a chicken without a head. Nothing whatsoever. No service, no supply, nothing. No motivation there. Jonathan David tries a rainbow flick over the head of King. Didn't end well. Appears to have been slapped in the face by King. It's all about exhibition now. Adekugbe goes down the flank, gets it inside to Tejan Buchanan. Tries to put the pressure on Andre Blake, but it goes out for another corner. And again, the Gatorade performance. So Tejan Buchanan has been named the man of the match. Big performance from the youngster, doing it for his team when it matters most. And who could complain? I think I think Stephen Eustachio was good before he came off, but Tejan Buchanan getting the business done. Ooh. Trying to score from almost halfway line. Adekugbe trying to get in one there from almost halfway line. Let's see what else we have here. Adrian Mariappa boots it forward, and again Bygrave missing out on that one. Second best again. Plays to Fraser. Junior Hoylett gets it in to Jonathan David. Spreads it wide to Cavallini. Excuse me. Cavallini to Fraser, who tries a cross. Andre Blake gathers. Andre Blake gathers at the far post and is held to his feet by Tejan Buchanan. 3 minutes left in this one, folks, plus whatever stoppages the referee will decide to give. 3 minutes. The Canadian players on the bench, they're wrapped in their blankets. So much for maintaining your pride. Bygrave chasing a lost cause again. No support, no supply, no service, nothing for Bygrave. Non-existent for most of this game, really. Ravel Morrison takes that one down sweetly. Speedy Williams. Alex Marshall on the ground, really, for most of this one. Juna Hoylett picks it up, looks through, gets it to Adekugbe. Crosses it in, and it's an own goal. 4. Adrian Mariappa tucks it past. Whew. So Jamaica is on the score sheet, but for the wrong reason. Adrian Mariappa seals it. Whoa. But this all came as a result of the run by Adekugbe. Andre Blake had that one covered. He had it covered. Not sure if a call came in or anything, but Andre Blake had it covered. Mariappa, he was not to know. He attempted to boot it out, and he ended up booting it in the back of his own net. 4 to the Canadian team, 0 Jamaica. It can't end any sooner for the Jamaican players. Paul Hall sent out an inexperienced team for the most part. He wanted to see his options. He wanted to start his 2026 campaign here, but this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It could have been 6, it could have been 7. It's only 4 for now, with still roughly about 3 minutes to go. 1 minute maybe in stoppage time, plus maybe 2 minutes in extra time. 1 minute in regular time, sorry, plus about 2 minutes in stoppage time. So let's see how much will come up on the board. But the Jamaicans, they want it to end now. It can't end soon enough for them. Excuse me. It can't end soon enough. Game against El Salvador, far more motivating, far more positive. Nothing really in this one. And on 90 minutes sharp, no stoppages whatsoever, John Herdman runs onto the field to celebrate with his players. Canada is going to the World Cup in Qatar. 2022 Qatar, here Canada comes. Almost unbeaten. Almost unbeaten. Impeccable record up until midweek. They lost against Costa Rica. They wanted to bounce back. They wanted to bounce back with a statement piece, and they bounced back tremendously well against a Jamaican team, deflated and lacking confidence, searching for a way out. This was not to be. On a snowy day in Toronto, the BMO Stadium, Canada has secured their place in Qatar 2022. +30 years of wait now concluded, as Canada will be booking their tickets later on today. They will be lining up at YYZ Stadium, at YYZ Airport in a few months' time as they head to Qatar to stake a claim for themselves. Cavallini waves the flag. Adekugbe cries. Sorry. Boyan celebrating there with his manager. But again, thanks for staying with us throughout the duration of the time, folks. Canada has confirmed their place in World Cup 2022. John Herdman runs around the field, claps the fans, celebrates with the fans, celebrates with his players. Miranda Brown here with HalftimeTV. Andre Blake head down, really, as another campaign slips through the hands of the Reggae Boyz. They'll have to wait until 2026. It can't come any sooner. They'll be disappointed. but that disappointment would not have been from today. It would have been throughout the entirety of this campaign. Only one game won so far in this World Cup qualification campaign. So I didn't expect them to be disappointed today, because the disappointment has been throughout the entirety of the campaign. The Canadians are crying. It's a lifetime. A lot of folks have never seen Canada play in the World Cup, and especially this generation. A lot of them are youngsters. They probably watched Canada while they were growing up playing the World Cup. Atiba Hutchinson crying there. Kamal Miller crying again. It's a big moment for the Canadians. A few years ago, the Toronto Raptors won the NBA. Now the Canadian soccer team will be in the World Cup 2022. Big moment for the Canadians. Kids crying, Borian crying, other players crying, emotional moments there. Big moments coming out of BMO. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Like, share, subscribe. Remember, leave your comments in the comment section, and we'll be back probably in an hour or two to do a post-match chat as the Canadians, they sing, they dance, they celebrate, because World Cup 22 in Qatar. Jonathan Osorio going over to the fans there. The players going to the fans. They're celebrating with the fans because it's confirmed Canada has booked their place in World Cup 2022. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.